Love it.
Yeah.
Dr. Catherine, so the question on she lost a close family friend who was denied the chance to go with her lover to Brazil. So she committed suicide. And her question is, like, what is the what to do?
Depression, suicide could be as a result of unmanaged depression, or it could be as a result of not adjusting to extreme stressor. So there are many factors. And that's why we say people need to learn life skills. So like if there's a broken relationship, how do you even assert yourself against what your parent is saying? And I'm not saying that this parent did not have a point in saying you're only 21, that she needed to consider that. And also, again, your mom can't tell you that if you want to get married or you want to move on, they cannot stop that. But you find when somebody is looking for affirmation from their parents, affirmation from their spouse, then they get confused until you reach a stage where you can do with your own affirmation. And listen to other people's opinion is equally important. Analyze and make your own decision. Not, I have to do this so that I can be affirmed by my mother. I have to do this so that my spouse can affirm me. I have to do this so that my child can affirm me. So I think when people reach that stage, then that's when you can say, this is the boundary. Yes.
I like something you've said, which has enlightened me, that it's not that case. Like, we can't just judge and say, because she was denied being together with this man, that is why she... No, there are other factors, side and root, that could have contributed. So we should never judge it as this is why. Yes?
So Catherine, I was part of the team that developed Kenya's suicide prevention policy by the Ministry of Health. And in these instances, it's also good to offer practical.
Absolutely,
so
yes.
One, there's Befriend Us Kenya. So if you're at risk or you have some suicidal ideation, there's Befriend Us Kenya. You can reach out to them. You can check out the Ministry of Health. They have a department on mental health, Ministry of Health, Department of Mental Health. They have a lot of resources, prevention, because death by suicide is almost 700,000 people die by suicide globally. So, and it's got a huge burden on many other issues, socioeconomic. For example, if somebody who was the breadwinner dies by suicide, we're not just looking at the death, we're looking at also the other consequences of that. So it's a massive public health issue that we need to do that. Last but not least, we don't say committed suicide, we say died by suicide. Why? Because when we say committed suicide, we are denoting a crime. So for example, when somebody is having a heart attack, we don't say he committed a heart attack. When somebody is having malaria, he committed malaria.
Got it. I get it.
So we say that, and why this is important is because right now there's a lot of mental health advocates who are pushing for the repealing of the penal code that criminalizes attempted suicide. Because in Kenya, it's the most absurd thing that attempted suicide or death by suicide statistics are released by the Department of Criminal Investigations. It is abnormal that a public health issue is being handled by a criminal investigation. So I think partnership with the media, advocates, we need to push so that then we repeal this section, so that when somebody attempts suicide, they don't say because they're afraid they'll be arrested. But when they attempt suicide and they need medical help, then they can go. Also, when somebody goes to a hospital and the insurance providers know that it was attempted suicide, they forfeit the cover. So you see why it's important that we decriminalize suicide. So we destigmatize, we decriminalize, because I've seen a lot of church people saying that if we decriminalize suicide, we're going to allow it. No. What we're saying is remove it from the law, so that medical cover will cover people, so that people can find help, and so that we can have statistics and resources that then will be channeled into tackling this major public health issue.
And we have seen our Chief Justice talk in that direction. And recently I saw a case where a magistrate says, I will not take you to jail, I will send you for treatment. In Mathare Hospital, in the forensic clinic, we've been seeing many people brought in because they are charged with attempting suicide. At the end of it, they end up getting treatment. But by the time you get treatment, you've been in remand for a month. It's not fair. So again, we need to make sure that we have life skills, our self-esteem is good, we have worked towards it, so that whenever there are these disappointments, life is full of disappointments. How do you bounce back?
Right.
I think that's a key thing.